Hey guys, so I came across a tweet the other day of this girl. I guess she lives in the UK. Her name is Phil San. I'll put a link in the description below. But she had this whole thread, which I found was very comical. She went on about how, uh, in order to piss off all these racist whites, what her and her fellow brown people and Asians and stuff should do is leave the UK entirely. Then they'll be without doctors and good food and stuff like that. But I'll read the tweet thread, which I thought was pretty funny. Then I'll kind of address it afterwards. But she started off, so she's like, so I've thought of a plan that will drive racist white motherfuckers to insanity. Step one, let's all actually fuck off back to our own countries. Think about it. They will starve. No doctors, lawyers, engineers, chefs, cleaners, pharmacists, etc. A thread. And this tweet got 76,000 likes, 23,000 retweets. So, a lot of people thought this was, funny. They agreed with it. And this is how deluded people are today. And it goes on, right? But people actually believe this, and this is obviously because of the media as well, because they're always pushing that narrative that, oh, we're all gonna die if we don't get this mass immigration into our country, and immigrants from the third world are the ones that really built up our nations and made them so rich and wealthy like they are today, when the UK and all these other Western nations had the highest standard of living and still do throughout the entire world, long before they had mass immigration in their country. But I'll go on a little bit. She's like, if you take Asians, Africans, Arabs, and Caribbeans out of England and America, they have nothing left. If we all went back to the country we are originally from at the same time, England would go into a meltdown. And I really hope that these people actually consider this plan, but they won't, because even though she's saying this and whatnot, this Muslim woman, she looks like she's from Somalia, a dysfunctional country. Your countries are shit, and you're not going to go back to your countries because you're not going to get the same amount of money, and you're not going to be able to pander to your governments about racism and all this other discrimination and equity and all this nonsense. So you know that. So you have no intention of going back. This is just filleting their ego with this, right? She goes, if we all went back to the country originally from at the same time, England would go into a meltdown. So what are we going to do? So what we are going to do is everyone in England that is either African, Arab, will leave together so it's not suspicious. We all meet at Heathrow on a Monday because we want to shake them up on the day they are already angry. I guess everybody's, only white people are angry to work on Mondays. Everybody else, they're just so happy. Then on the following Monday, the Asians and Caribbeans will go together. This time from Gatwick Airport, so they don't realize a pattern. The whites are slow anyways. 7,000 likes. I would love to see white people be able to get away with saying the blacks are slow, the Asians are pretty slow, and have a tweet like this reach the heights that it did and not be censored or removed from Twitter or have their account removed for discrimination. But the whites are slow, and I'm gonna get some minority in here afterwards, or somebody, oh, snowflake, you don't like being called white? No, I keep seeing that around where these people are saying, white people don't like being called white. It's like you ignore all the shit you said before. You're like, white scum, white this, pieces of shit, etc., etc. And then, well, you just don't like being referred to as white? It's like, stop gaslighting me, you piece of shit. But she goes on, so what are we going to do is, everyone in England that is your African, Arab, whatever, they'll leave. Only a select few from each nationality will stay behind and take one for the team and spy on the whites to see if the plan is going well. So take one for the team, really. No, they're just going to have a higher quality of living standards compared to you, who's going to go back to India or Africa or some other third world nation where you can't even get clean drinking water in a lot of places. And a lot of your people in your country live off of $2 a day. But, you know, I'm going to go on. Only a select few will stay, then we wait. The white man that spat on me for wearing a hijab will not get his kebab after a night out. So I'm sure a white man spat on you for wearing your hijab. I'm sure that happened. Okay. The racist white girl that called me a packy when I'm clearly black will not have a nail lady on Monday. So I guess this is her profession that England really needs, nail ladies. Yeah. Well, without that, they're going to go in a meltdown and their economy is going to go to shit. No, it'd be a good thing because then people wouldn't be spending money on doing their nails and their hair and actually putting that going towards their children's education or food or something like this, right? Like, you know, it's ridiculous, these people. And you know, what they think that we need. It's like, oh, you're not going to get a bunch of ethnic food anymore. Oh, you're going to have to eat unseasoned food and, and like bland food. Oh, well, I guess that's what we're going to have to do. I'd rather that than have my country overrun by immigrants like this woman, right? Who thinks the way that she does, who thinks, oh, the white man, the racist white people who let you into their country, which you're probably a refugee anyways, to live in their country, to have a better quality of standard of life, and now you're complaining about it. But, you know, this is typical of the type of people that we bring in our country these days. You know, I think it was different a little bit before. The people coming in actually seemed like they wanted to integrate and become Canadian, American, or whatever. But now it's just they're coming to take over, essentially. And, you know, this tweet, these likes, they got 76,000 likes, her main tweet. That's a lot of people. And this is just representing, you know, Twitter is still, that's way more people would like that tweet if they saw it. Millions and millions. So this is representing a lot of people, a lot of the way that they think. And, you know, you should pay attention to it. The racist old white lady that got on the bus before me, even though I was there first, will die of pneumonia because the Asian doctor will be sipping some mango lassi in his home country, right? No, there's a reason these people are scrambling to get into the Western countries. It's not, they're not going to go back and relax. Or what are these people going to go back to China and stuff? Or to Hong Kong where they're going to be attacked by the Chinese? The guy that shouted, "You immigrants take all our jobs," she wrote out jobs, will actually have to get a job because England will cut benefits because of the economic meltdown. The next plan is to stop sending them food that we grow in our countries. It's the other way around. A lot of Western countries send food to the third world, but she's talking about coffee. Imagine them with no coffee in the morning because we cut off their coffee bean supply. Oh no, what are we gonna do without our coffee and shit? Don't worry, we'll find other sources of caffeine, or we'll grow our own beans or some shit. And guess what? You're not gonna stop selling us your resources and selling us coffee beans because those countries are poor as shit and they need the money. You fucking dunce! Like, you really want to ruin your country's economy and make the people who are living off of $2 a day live off of 10 cents a day? Oh yeah, that's a really smart idea, you idiot. The next plan is to stop sending them food. The above plan is just for our own entertainment. This is a message to all the Africans, Arabs, and Asians, Caribbeans. Polish and Romanians can make their own plans since y'all forgot you're immigrants too. I want to do this plan on the 1st November. So, you know, it's just everybody who's not white, essentially, right? We will speak in our own languages so the whites, I want to start calling blacks, the blacks, the yellows, and the blacks, and the this, that, you know, it's hilarious. But, you know, people should really think about the way that they speak and just switch the words over with black, white, or, you know, Asian or whatever, or Jew, and see how it sounds to you. But We will speak our own languages so whites can understand us, and we will also use dance moves to communicate because they don't understand that language either. Yeah, because white people can't dance, blah, blah, blah. I've been sitting on this plan for a while. Now I've planned every detail. Nothing can go wrong. Anyone that has something negative to say and is an immigrant, you will still come because we don't want the whites to benefit off of you, but you will be thrown in the Bermuda Triangle. So she's going to kill you, essentially. Follow me for more genius ideas. And then she had at the end a PayPal thing, like, donate me money, give me money, which is always the case with these huge threads on Twitter that are super woke. And at the very end, they're like, support me on PayPal, support me here, please donate money and support black and brown businesses and whatnot. But this just made me laugh, because this is what this girl actually believes, that if they all left, the UK would just be fucked. Like I said before, they had a much higher living standard before mass immigration. Guess what? The people in the UK, they used to be able to carry knives that had points at the end of them. They didn't have to have dull knives like they do today. But that's the case they have today. They didn't have to deal with terrorist attacks, but that's what they have to do today. They didn't have to worry about Muslim rape gangs targeting white girls and the police looking the other way. But that's what they have to deal with today. They didn't have to deal with the police showing up your house for fucking some mean tweet you may have said about Muslims or something, or throwing bacon on a mosque and putting you in jail, getting you killed. But that's what they have to deal with today. So please leave, take your own advice. But we all know that's not going to happen. We all, I know that you are dependent upon Western countries for your own survival. And, you come here for the things that we give you. And you don't go back to your country because there's nothing there. And you guys all going back isn't going to make it. It might make it somewhat better. We've educated you here in Western countries, given you a higher standard of life, etc. So, take these things back and apply them back to your home countries, and then make those into free democracies or whatever. And then you can show us whites how much better you are than us. And that'd be great. If you do, and you go and you make Wakanda, and you make these great civilizations that just, make ours look like shit. Great. That's great. I'm happy for you. I would love that for you. But can I still have my poor ass country with all the people with their bland food and their shitty dance moves? Can I have that? Is that okay? Please? You can go back to your country and live there and follow your plan. But that's all I pretty much had to say. If you like my content, subscribe and have a good day. See ya.